This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 4th day of October in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. The Madhya Dome Fire Commission of Inquiry was told today that when the deadly fire engulfed the school dorm back in May, the Madhya Fire Station was ill-equipped to deal with a fire of that magnitude. In the witness box this morning, officer in charge of the Madhya Fire Station, Ryan Scott, maintained that even with more resources, the outcome might not have been any different. The fire claimed the lives of 20 children. 19 of them died in the inferno, and the other child died while in hospital.
Based on the report that you prepared, based on the response that you led to the fire, based on the state of the Madhya Fire Station up to the date of the fire, Madhya Fire Station was not in a position to effectively respond to the fire on the night in question.
Yes, sir.
It was.
Yes, sir.
Counsel for the Commission, Keoma Griffith, questioning the officer there. In response, the fire officer said the fire service was effective in its response.
But you didn't have a sledgehammer.
No, sir.
You didn't have a discutter.
No, sir.
You had a damaged hose.
Yes.
Hoses were damaged. You didn't have...
No.
The hoses weren't damaged.
No.
All right, I'll take that one back. You had 3 out of 5 officers who were supposed to be on duty to respond to the fire.
Yes, sir.
You had some auxiliary workers who didn't receive the level of training required. You had no breathing apparatus. You had an old truck, a 12-year-old truck.
Yes, sir.
With all these deficiencies, you are still saying that Madhya was in a position to respond to the fire, to effectively respond to the fire.
Yes, sir.
You had a water tank that ran out after 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And you were telling us that you were in a position to effectively respond to the fire.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Scott, while acknowledging the deficiencies that existed within the system at the time, again maintained that the fire service did its best in the circumstances. Pressed for more answers by Commissioner Kim Kai Thomas, Scott explained that the fire service was alerted to the fire about 20 minutes after it was first noticed. He said by the time firefighters arrived at the scene, there was not much that could have been done to save the lives of those children who perished.
Once the vehicle is driving, there's water and the pump is working, and we have firefighters. Once we got the call in time, we were able to carry out our function. On that said night, the fire was beyond we got the call late. When we meet there was all indication that that fire was burning for about 15 to 20 minutes before we received the information.
So you received the call late, and that is what hindered.
That is what hindered us.
But you also said that if you had break-in tools, you had water bowls and these things, that would have assisted also. Am I correct?
The results would have been the same because we got the call late.
The Commission of Inquiry also heard that with the help of public-spirited citizens, the fire service and the firefighters were able to rescue a number of children and contain the blaze. Earlier in his testimony, the fire officer in charge explained that there is no landline service in Madhya and that such persons will be required to call 912 in the capital city in case of a fire, and the information would be sent on to the fire station in the community. Alternatively, persons would physically visit the fire station to alert firefighters of a fire or call a cellular number assigned to the local fire station in the community. However, the fire service officer admitted that the mobile number for the fire station in the area is not well known among the residents of the community. The Commission of Inquiry also heard today that 3 months before the fire at the school dorm, an inspection was done by the fire service. More news coming up in just a moment.
My Lord,
I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
Having your own car means peace of mind.
Having your own car means comfort and convenience.
Having your own car means freedom to get there on your own time.
It's Deal on Wheels at Republic Bank. It's time to get that new vehicle or upgrade to a better one with Republic. Super low rates and low down payment. Up to 8 years to repay and great prizes. Come in to Republic Bank today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
Strong and solid in countries far and wide. New India Assurance, we're standing by your side. Golden service, half a century and more. New India Assurance, our policies are secure. From the heart of India, we serve these islands. The strength that you can trust, you're safe when you come to us.
New India Assurance Company. Assurance when you need it most.
For your home, motor or business insurance, visit New India Guyana office, 58 Brickdam next to Star Computers. Telephone 226-0415-7. Comfortable parking available.
The Guyana Public Service Union today broadsided the government of Guyana over the president's recent direct meeting with a group of head teachers and deputy head teachers on salary and non-salary issues, while still not meeting with the Guyana Teachers Union on those salary negotiations. In a statement, the GPSU described the president's actions as provocative and unlawful and said his decision to forego negotiations with the teachers' union and instead hold direct engagements with teachers is a complete and total violation of the Constitution and laws of Guyana. The union said the president's ill-advised approach to ignore the union and deal directly with workers is an act of negotiation in bad faith, in violation of Article 23(1) of the Trade Union Recognition Act. The GPSU believes the move is setting the stage for an arbitrary imposition of salaries and allowances, with no input from the union, which is the true representative of the nation's teachers. In condemning the government's continued ignoring of the GTU on issues concerning teachers, the Guyana Public Service Union called on workers and citizens alike to support the demands of the trade unions for the government to return to the legally stipulated collective bargaining process. The union said the president's actions should be rejected. According to the GPSU, the government intransigent behavior is rapidly tearing the delicate fabric of national unity and sowing seeds of division in an already racially and politically fragmented country. The Guyana Teachers Union has already rejected the meeting between the president and the group of teachers, pointing out that the selected teachers could not have been speaking and representing the interests of the more than 7,000 teachers who are members of the Guyana Teachers Union and who elected the current GTU executive. The GTU has been pressing the Guyana government over the past 3 years to begin negotiations on the multi-year agreement, which covers salaries and other issues concerning teachers across the country. The recent award of an $865 million contract to construct a pump station at Bellevue, West Bank, Demerara has once again called into question the criteria used by the National Tender Board Administration in awarding such large contracts. Opposition Member of Parliament David Patterson has already written to the Public Procurement Commission asking for a probe into the award of the multi-million-dollar contract, pointing out that the company awarded the contract has not met the requirements set out by the same tender agency. Patterson said a bigger challenge to the contract may be examined.
I know of one contractor who appealed to the Public Procurement Commission, got nowhere, engaged his lawyers in the courts. So I do reckon that that's the route we got to go to the Public Procurement Commission. I want to continue to be partisan and non-functional. They'll have to resort to the courts and hopefully, but unfortunately the courts take a while. But he felt so incensed, this particular contractor, that he has carried it to the court.
The Member of Parliament acknowledged that the court process might be time-consuming, but it will ultimately expose what he considers the inconsistency and interference in the procurement process. In his estimation, corruption together with internal party politics seem to be dominating the procurement landscape in Guyana at this time. Mr. Patterson said the Procurement Commission has certainly not been following the Procurement Act, adding that persons with no prior construction experience are now being handed multi-million-dollar contracts based solely on their closeness to the current government. The government has been sidestepping questions on many of the large contracts being handed out, while making known that a tender process is being followed and the rules are being adhered to.
Are you looking for men's suits for that wedding, prom, or special party? Or maybe you need to update your wardrobe with a modern fit or a new color for work. Search no more, because John Lewis Styles is the perfect men's suit store. Come see us on Waterloo Street, and our friendly staff will help you choose the perfect size, color, and fit. Complement that suit with a stunning shirt and tie, matching bow tie and suspenders, cufflinks, or even a pair of shiny dress shoes. You will love the way you look. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Having your own car means peace of mind.
Having your own car means comfort and convenience.
Having your own car means freedom to get there on your own time.
It's Deal on Wheels at Republic Bank. It's time to get that new vehicle or upgrade to a better one with Republic. Super low rates and low down payment. Up to 8 years to repay and great prizes. Come in to Republic Bank today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
With the election fraud cases against a former APNU AFC government minister and a number of ex-election officials moving at snail's pace, the Attorney General Anil Nandlal, while expressing his disappointment in the process, said he supports the prosecution's call for a consolidation of the cases. Special Prosecutor Darshan Ramdhani on Tuesday told NCN that the prosecution will write to the Chancellor of the Judiciary to request that a special magistrate or court be appointed to adjudicate over the cases. Hours later, the Attorney General, during his Issues in the News TV show, said he supports any move that would lead to the commencement of the trials, noting that the cases have dragged on for too long already.
It is not in the state's interest. It is not in the defense interest. Neither is it in the public interest that these matters of national importance are delayed further. It is in the interest of justice, it is in the interest of the defense, it is in the interest of the rule of law, it is in the interest of the state that these cases are tried and disposed of as quickly as possible. Enough time has already elapsed. It is hoped that when the formal request is made to the appropriate judicial officer, a decision will be made that would be in the best interest of justice.
Minister Nandlal said while the case was being called in the Georgia Magistrates Court on Tuesday, little progress was made.
Arguments continue to be advanced about separation of charges, about procedural issues, and these and also whether one magistrate should try the case, or the cases, or whether the cases should be tried by different magistrates, etc. The public is not really interested in those issues.
While noting that he is not advocating for an unfair trial, the Attorney General said justice delayed is justice denied. Attorney at Law Nigel Hughes, who's representing the former Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield, former Deputy Chief Election Officer Roxanne Myers, and former Region 4 Returning Officer Clement Mingo, said it is his clients who are enduring an unfair trial. Laying the blame at the feet of the prosecution, Attorney Hughes told reporters that a request by the prosecution to consolidate the cases has now pushed the cases back even further. The prosecution on Tuesday told Senior Magistrate Lerone Daly that there were 140 statements, with some 80 witnesses to take the stand. Former Minister of Public Health Walter Lawrence and APNU Chief Scrutineer Carol Smith-Joseph are among those facing election fraud-related charges surrounding the 2020 elections. The case is expected to come up again on the 25th of October. Well, opposition Member of Parliament David Patterson has lashed out at the government over the current spate of power outages that have gripped the Georgetown, Berbice and Bartica areas in recent days. Patterson, who oversaw GPL as the Minister of Public Infrastructure under the former APNU AFC government, said clear mismanagement at the level of the Ministry of Public Works and the Guyana Power and Light Company is to be blamed for the current problems with the electricity supply. Over the last 10 days, there has been constant and prolonged power outages in various parts of the country. While some of the outages have been blamed on damage to the company's hardware by road contractors, some of the outages have also been blamed on GPL being unable to meet the current demand for power. In an interview with News Source via telephone this morning, Mr. Patterson said that the government must take direct responsibility for the issues facing GPL and the frequent blackouts.
They have not added a kilowatt, not a megawatt. They have not added a single kilowatt onto the system since they entered office. So this is a natural occurrence. Right, absolutely no forward planning. Any kindergarten school child, when you sit down taking out the picture of a mall, you open a mall and a hospital and all these things, posting out due to fastest growing economy. Any primary school child would know that if you add all these to the grid, you need more power.
The opposition MP said the president's attempt to blame the former government for the current blackouts is just a deflection from the reality facing the sector. He added that it is also disingenuous for the Guyana government to be encouraging large consumers to remove themselves from the national grid when the same government has been welcoming new investors.
The persons applied to come on the grid, they could have said, no sir, we don't have enough capacity. We can't allow you to be on the grid. But you did, you accepted them and touted them and had votes after them. And now blaming them for your poor management.
In the short term, Mr. Patterson said the Guyana Power and Light Company must hire competent persons who are able to do the work. He alleges that many of the new persons at GPL are political appointees who do not know or understand the sector. He said staff members who were performing well in specific fields were forced out to make way for the new ones who are now underperforming. Just last week, the power company urged citizens to conserve on their use of electricity, since the demand has been growing beyond its normal pace. Detective Inspector Krishan Sitaram was among two witnesses who appeared before the Madhya Commission of Inquiry today, providing critical details on the police investigation into the deadly fire. The detective was among detectives stationed at the Madhya police station in May when a fire ripped through the Madhya Secondary School female dormitory, killing a total of 20 children while injuring several others. Together with investigators from the Guyana Fire Service, the police concluded that the fire was an act of arson, resulting in a 15-year-old girl being charged with 20 counts of murder in the course of an arson. Prior to his closed-door testimony, the detective in a public hearing told the Commission of Inquiry that the teen was charged based on the advice of the Director of Public Prosecutions.
I sent it to the Director of Public Prosecution Chambers for advice.
Okay. And was advice received?
Yes, sir.
Following your investigation and the advice received from the Chamber of the Director of Public Prosecutions, could you tell us what, if anything, happened on the 29th of May, 2023?
Yes, sir. I attended Madhya Magistrate Court where I sworn to an information and a minor was charged for murder.
The detective also recalled the moment he arrived at the scene and saw the bodies.
When we went into the building to conduct a search to the northeastern corner, which I observed to be like the battery room, solar panel battery room, I saw about 10 burnt up human remains, which was beyond recognition.
You saw 10 burnt, the remains of 10 humans burnt beyond recognition.
And in the walkway next to the said room, there was 4 more.
The Madhya Commission of Inquiries expects to continue to examine witnesses in the matter over the next few weeks.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Sorry!
Jack?
Hey!
Boys, where you going with all that speed?
Yo, today's the 15th, my NIS contributions are due, and I ain't even get the forms as yet.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that you're not aware that all self-employed persons can now make their NIS contributions using the MMG app from the comforts of their homes and offices?
Really? I just pay my bills using MMG,
Yes, Jack, and the thing's simple. All you have to do is open the app, select Pay Bills, Government Services, NIS, and Pay. They will prompt you to enter your NIS number, the month you're paying for, and the amount.
So I don't need to submit any form?
The only time you submit in a form is when you're making a claim.
Wait, I could make a claim too?
Oh, no, man, you didn't know that? Yes, all self-employed persons are entitled to all benefits from NIS. Well, except for the industrial benefits. And here's the good part. All of their forms, you can download them from the NIS website.
Well, girl, I'm really glad I bumped into you.
Anyhow, make sure you pay your bills later.
Later? I gotta sit down right here and pay my contributions first.
Take care.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor at the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Bust the Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Bust the Soda Water today. Bust the Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall. In the region, Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett on Tuesday said the Dominican Electricity Services Company DOMLEC is to rent 3-megawatt generating system from a US-based firm that, when commissioned on November 15, will end the load shedding situation on the island. In a statement, Scarrett said that as a result of acquiring the system, full capacity is expected to be restored and load shedding is projected to be eliminated. Scarrett, who told the citizens that he felt their pain and shared their disgust, said to protect the Dominican consumer from this projected price hike, his administration has commenced the procurement of a new 5.2 megawatt medium-speed generator for lease to DOMLEC on favorable terms. The unit is projected to remain in service for 2 years in the first instance. The projected date for commissioning, as advised by DOMLEC, is April 2024. Belize is developing a pilot project to convert the masses of foul-smelling seaweed swamping its pristine beaches into biofuel. Its prime minister said in a statement published by the regional Caribbean bloc CARICOM on Tuesday. Reuters, in a report, said many Caribbean countries depend economically on drawing travelers from around the world to their white sand beaches, but since 2010, heaps of rotting seaweed have been massing on the shores for reasons scientists do not yet fully understand, but suspect are related to climate change. Floating seaweed provides shelter and food for marine animals, but as it washes ashore, it can smother ecological habitats and begins to rot, becoming harmful to humans. The Prime Minister of Belize, John Bricino, said in the statement the $50 million facility, result of a public-private partnership with a German company, would convert municipal solid waste and seaweed into diesel fuel replacements. And finally tonight, international news. A search is underway for a Speaker of the House of Representatives after Republican Kevin McCarthy was unexpectedly pushed out by a right-wing revolt in his own party. According to the BBC, the Republicans control the lower chamber of Congress, but with a very narrow majority. However, on Tuesday night, his fate was sealed when 8 rebels joined the Democrats to secure a final vote of 216 to 10. It is the first time a House Speaker, one of the top jobs in the U.S. politics, has been removed in this way. The rebellion was led by Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz after McCarthy relied on Democratic votes to get a short-term spending deal passed on Saturday to avert a government shutdown. Mr. Gaetz accused him of making a secret side deal at the weekend with President Joe Biden on Ukraine aid. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.